How do you tell a waterproof pillow protector that guards your pillow from one that only survives a coffee spill? Let's go through the 6 things worth checking before you zip one on.
The short answer is that the best default for an allergy-prone sleeper carries full GOTS certification on the fabric, uses a barrier film with no PFAS and no PVC, and seals the pillow inside a full-length zipper. Water resistance is the easy part. The harder part is whether it blocks allergens and stays quiet and breathable while it does it. 6 criteria separate a real barrier from a cover that only repels spills.
Before the list, why does this matter so much? It's a piece of fabric over a pillow.
Because a protector that leaks lets moisture and skin oils reach the feel. And that is what starts staining, mold risk, and permanent lumping in a wool or kapok pillow. A protector that traps heat cancels out whatever cooling the pillow underneath was built to give you. So the goal is a barrier that keeps liquid and allergens out while still breathing. And most shoppers assume waterproof and hypoallergenic are the same claim. They are 2 different jobs.
Okay, criterion 1. GOTS certification on the fabric.
Look for a GOTS license number on the product page or hang tag, not only the word organic. GOTS audits the whole textile supply chain, the growing, the processing, the dyeing, and the stitching, so the license number tells you more than an organic cotton label on its own. Some brands certify only the outer shell and leave the film and threads outside the audit. You can take a license number and search it on the public database at global-standard.org.
And where does Circadian land on that?
Our waterproof organic cotton pillow protector carries GOTS license GOTS 10229 on its organic cotton knit shell, and this is a check worth running across brands. Naturepedic and Cayuchi carry GOTS on their organic cotton lines too, so it is a bar to hold everyone to, not a trick only we pass.
Criterion 2. The barrier film. PFAS and PVC.
The best barrier film skips both PFAS and PVC and uses a plant-based polymer instead. PFAS are the forever chemicals that do not break down in the environment and can build up in the body over time per the EPA. And Okotex Standard 100 banned intentional PFAS use in certified textiles as of January 1st, 2024. So a waterproof claim with no named barrier technology is worth a second look.
So what is our film made of?
Ours is a 1 mil cornstarch-based bio-TPU film, a plant-derived polymer, sitting between 2 layers of GOTS certified organic cotton knit. It avoids both PFAS and PVC in the barrier layer. The thing to do with any protector is ask what the film is made of, not only whether the product is waterproof.
Criterion 3, and this sounds like the big one. Is it a real allergen barrier or just water resistant?
This is the one that separates a true encasement from a cover. A real allergen barrier needs 2 things together: a membrane with pores too small for dust mites to pass, and a full-length zipper that seals all 6 sides. The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America recommends that same combination and keeps a certified product list built around it.
What's the number to look for on the pores?
Under 1 micron. Dust mites are about 10 microns across, and their fecal particles, which are the part people are allergic to, are larger than a micron as well. So a film with pores under a micron blocks the allergen while still letting air and water vapor through. Independent lab testing puts our film under 1 micron, small enough to block dust mites, bedbug fluids at around 25 microns, and bacterial matter.
And the zipper is the other half.
The zipper is what turns a protector into a 6-sided encasement instead of a loose cover. Ours runs the full length and closes the pillow in completely, so spills, sweat, dust mites, and bed bugs have no way in. A protector that only stretches over the top and sides is closer to a fitted sheet than a seal.
Criterion 4. Staying quiet and breathable overnight. This is where the cheap ones fall apart.
It is. The cheap ones crinkle like a grocery bag every time you move, and they trap heat because the plastic laminate has nowhere to send the air. Some carry a faint vinyl smell for the first few weeks. A protector only works if you forget it is there, and a stiff, loud one fails that test the first night.
So what makes ours quiet?
The film is thin enough to flex silently when you move, and porous enough to pass water vapor, so the pillow underneath still breathes, even though no liquid gets through. That breathability is also why it sleeps cool, instead of turning into a hot plastic sheet. On the indoor air side, it is certified to GreenGuard Gold, which tests the finished product for VOCs, formaldehyde, and phthalates at the stricter limits used in schools and healthcare settings. Most waterproof protectors never submit the finished product for that, because the films the industry uses would not pass.
Criterion 5. Sizing. Why does fit matter for a protector?
Because a protector that is loose or the wrong shape does not seal, and a seal is the whole point for allergen control. You want one sized to your actual pillow, snug enough that the zipper closes cleanly around it with no gaping. It goes on under your pillowcase, so once it fits, it does its job invisibly and you never think about it again.
Criterion 6. Washing. How do you clean it without wrecking the barrier?
Gently, and that is the point of the criterion. High heat and harsh cycles are what break down a barrier film over time, so you want one that takes a normal cold wash without delaminating. Ours is machine wash cold, air dry, and that keeps the film intact so the pillow still feels like the pillow you bought 2 years in.
Let's say someone's priorities are different from the average buyer. When does the order change?
Once a dust mite allergy is medically confirmed, criterion 3 moves to the top. At that point, the full zippered encasement and the submicron membrane matter more than water resistance on its own, because you are managing an allergen, not only guarding against spills. For a parent buying for a kid's bed, quiet and washability tend to rise, since that protector gets tested nightly and washed often.
And if someone is protecting a premium pillow specifically?
Then the barrier film and the seal do the real work, because the thing you are guarding against is oils and sweat reaching a wool or kapok fill and causing permanent lumping. A leak-free encasement is what keeps that pillow feeling new. That is also the case where the film chemistry pays off, since the whole reason you bought a natural pillow was to keep petroleum chemistry away from your face.
Give me the one-line version to shop with.
Search the GOTS license number, ask what the barrier film is made of, and check for a full-length zipper with a sub-1 micron membrane. If a protector clears those 3, the rest is comfort and care.
And where does ours sit against that list?
It clears all 6. GOTS 10229 on the organic cotton knit, a cornstarch-based bio-TPU film with no PFAS or PVC, a sub-1 micron pore size, a full-length zipper for a 6-sided seal, a quiet breathable feel certified to GreenGuard Gold, and a cold machine wash that keeps the barrier intact. It is $29, handmade in our New Jersey workshop.
That is a good place to land.
Protect the pillow before it needs rescuing. Get the certification, the film, and the zipper right, and you stop thinking about the protector and go back to thinking about sleep.